Michael, what's on the audio agenda today?
Today we're comparing speaker cables.
Did you buy new speaker cables?
No, I didn't buy them, but I got some new speaker cables delivered.
That's awesome, Michael. Getting speaker cables delivered without buying them is amazing.
Not really. Actually, I didn't buy them. They're a gift that came with my B&W 805D for speakers.
I see. What's the model number?
AudioQuest Rocket 88. I compared these to the AudioQuest Q2 I'm currently using.
Master wants to hear about the speaker cable comparison too, right?
Yes, I want to hear it.
What equipment did you use?
The source was Amazon Music. The network streamer was LinkPlay's WM Ultra. The DAC was SMSL's D200. The amp was SMSL's PA200. And the speakers were B&W's 805D4. We compared the Rocket 88 3 meters length banana plug terminals and the Q2 2 meters length spade plug terminals in a two-way setup. The Rocket 88 was connected via single-wire wiring to bi-wiring, while the Q2 was connected via single-wire wiring using jumper cables.
So the Rocket 88 has one cable going to the amp and two cables branching out to the speakers?
That's right. The Rocket 88 we received this time has one cable going to the amp, which then branches into two cables for the speakers. When the amp doesn't support bi-wiring, a single-to-bi-wire design is convenient.
How did the Rocket 88 compare to the Q2?
The results exceeded my expectations. I was really impressed by the power of high-end speaker cables.
I see. What about the price of the two cables?
The Rocket 88 is $1,490 for 3 meters, and the Q2 is $32 for 2 meters.
Over $1,000 for speaker cable?
I thought so too. That's why I wouldn't have bought the Rocket 88 myself. That was during the 805D4 campaign, so I bought speakers and got a Rocket 88 for free. I was curious about the speaker anyway, and getting the cable for free sealed the deal, so I bought the 805D4.
I see. The Rocket 88 is way too expensive for a speaker cable, right?
For my budget, the Rocket 88 is high-end, but within AudioQuest's lineup, it's not that expensive. AudioQuest's Dragon Zero speaker cable costs over $34,000.
Wow, there's always something more expensive. What kind of speakers do you connect that cable to?
I don't know. I'd love to try a speaker cable over $30,000 myself someday.
That's a dream. By the way, what about the spec sheets for the Rocket 88 and the Q2?
Let me start by describing the Rocket 88's appearance. I was surprised just by the box the cable came in.
You were surprised by the box?
It's huge. I once bought AudioQuest's Cinnamon coaxial digital cable. Compared to that box, the Rocket 88's packaging made me expect a different sound even before opening it. Inside the Rocket 88 box was a bag containing the cable.
The speaker cable is in a bag?
I don't think it's necessary, but maybe it's for a premium feel. There was even a cleaning cloth included. I was surprised they went this far for speaker cables. Conversely, the plugs themselves, called the collar, are made of resin and don't feel premium.
Isn't the plug area where you spend money?
I thought so too. Old AudioQuest products had metal collar, but they seem to have switched to resin for sound quality reasons. I assumed high-end cable collar were always metal, but it seems manufacturers have different philosophies about sound.
AudioQuest prioritizes sound quality over looks.
Exactly. I'd like to move on to the spec sheets for the two cables, but first, the Rocket 88 comes with a distinctive accessory.
Accessories on the speaker cable?
Exactly. And of course, they're not just for decoration. They're designed to improve sound quality. This item is called DBS. DBS stands for Dielectric Bias System, a technology that uses an electric field to stabilize and saturate the dielectric material surrounding the conductor. DBS is an AudioQuest patent.
I don't get it at all.
Specifically, the Rocket 88 applies a constant 72 volts voltage to the insulation material. This aligns and saturates the molecular structure within the insulator, suppressing delays, accumulation, and nonlinear behavior.
Sounds like I sort of get it, but sort of don't.
To simplify DBS, it's a technology that applies a constant voltage from the cable's exterior to guide the signal conductor into an extremely stable state.
So DBS is electrical. If current flows through the speaker cable besides the music signal, won't that degrade the sound?
No current flows through the speaker cable besides the music signal. DBS has a battery inside. It's just applying that DC voltage. DBS doesn't have an on-off switch. It has a button, but that's just to check the battery life.
How long does the battery last?
The internal battery wires don't touch each other, so the battery life is long. It seems to last about 7 years.
Can you compare with and without DBS?
You can compare by removing the DBS battery. However, removing the battery doesn't produce immediate results. It takes about 2 weeks to reach the state without DBS. So, in practice, comparing with and without DBS is difficult.
Doesn't the Q2 have DBS?
No, it doesn't. DBS is only included in AudioQuest's higher-end models. Even in the Rocket series, only the top-tier Rocket 88 seems to have DBS.
I see.
Here's the spec sheet. For conductor material, the Rocket 88 uses AudioQuest's highest-grade copper, called solid perfect surface copper. In contrast, the Q2 uses LGC, long-grain copper, for its conductor material. The Rocket 88 uses high-quality foam polyethylene insulation plus a carbon noise dissipation system. The Q2 doesn't seem to use any particularly noteworthy materials. The Rocket 88 is 13 AWG and the Q2 is 14 AWG, so both are thin, but the Q2 is thinner. The Rocket 88 has a green and black nylon jacket that gives it a high-end look. The Q2 has a plain black square PVC jacket. The Rocket 88 is thick, so it's a little difficult to handle when installing it.
How did they actually sound?
The Rocket 88 is overwhelmingly high-resolution and powerful. Switching from the Q2 to the Rocket 88 made the sound as powerful as if I had turned up the volume, and the high resolution was something I had never experienced before. I never imagined that speaker cables could change the sound so much. I've been listening to music for a long time as an audio hobbyist, but I've rarely been so impressed.
So speaker cables make that much of a difference? The Rocket 88 is a premium cable, but it seems worth the price. Michael, would you recommend the Rocket 88 to others?
If you have the budget, absolutely. Switching from the Q2 to the Rocket 88 feels like upgrading your amp by a whole tier, or even more. Conversely, I realized that switching to cheaper speaker cables significantly degrades the sound quality.
I had no idea speaker cables could make such a big difference in sound. Master, did you learn something about AudioQuest's Rocket 88 today?
Yes, I learned.